accept my own femininity, not going off the deep end, but finding a place in the middle. And I'm going to relate this to yoga, because yoga respects men and women, or masculine, feminine, equally. The women, they say, have more of womanly qualities like compassion, forgiveness, love, because of who they are, who they can be as mothers. Men have more of a disposition of strength, courage, I don't know, whatever. And my teacher will say, women have to have more courage, more strength, more confidence, and men have to have more of that motherly love, of bringing love and compassion into their lives. So, I mean, Western society doesn't look at it like that, but you can look at it in yourself like that. And the other thing that's kind of interesting in the evolving of yoga is that it was men teachers from India that brought yoga to the West. One, Iyengar, which is I was speaking about on Tuesday, he began teaching in like preps, military schools in Britain. So to keep the kids in line, it became very militaristic on, exacting on how you put a posture. The other guy did what they call Ashtanga yoga, which is 7 steps in yoga, which is not just hatha yoga. It's like, lots of other things. So in the West, we now have kind of alignment focused and flow focused, because Ashtanga yoga is more flow focused. And there have been, but mostly women take yoga classes, right? So the women are bringing more of a feminine aspect. Does that make sense? Into the yoga. So it's not so, like even Ashtanga yoga is like you do the same practice all the time. And Iyengar yoga is focus on your alignment. Whereas women have brought in, really just kind of flow, breathing, softening the poses. Does that make sense? Debbie talked too much.
No, I mean, it does.
And most of us do, not you guys, but when I was really going to lots of classes and workshops, the women in class wanted to please the man teacher and we all do that, and wanted to do exactly how, he was instructing. And it became competitive, and women really aren't competitive. I mean, in terms of beauty and shit like that, but women tend to work more in a circle. I don't know. I find it interesting. It's like engaging your muscle too much or softening it too much. You have to find the place in the middle. All right, what do you guys want to do today? I have a plan, but I'm open.
Let's go with your plan. I'm okay.
Deb?
I'm learning to moderate, or what do you call it?
Yeah, modify and breathe. All right, so I actually picked lower backache. And again, I'm going to kind of do a format that's more based on, the flow will be with the breath and not with movement and breath, if you know what I mean. So we're going to come and sit. You are going to need a strap and blocks. So sit as comfortably as you can. Spine lengthened. Just take a few moments to connect to the rhythm and flow of your breathing. Feel the breath moving up the body on the in-breath and down the body on the out-breath. So either you can follow the line of your spine or just feel the breath rising and falling. Breathe in a way that makes you present to the moment. Let your chest lift slightly, slightly. And let the muscles in your upper back shoulder blades descend down towards your hips. Tone your belly in a way that makes you feel like you're sitting better. And imagine a golden cord that goes from your tailbone deep down into the earth and wide. And then at the top of the head, imagine another golden cord that goes way up into the sky, past the stars and planets. And then come back to yourself, come back to your center, wherever your center is today. Keep breathing in a way that focuses the mind. So Iyengar would say that the body is the bow, the mind is the arrow, and the spirit, the soul, is the target. Meaning that when we do our yoga practice, once we get into the right alignment and the right action, like not too much, not too little, we can kind of breathe into our own essence. So join your palms this morning. Ask yourself, what do I want to get from my yoga practice today? What do I want to bring to it? What do I want to get from it? And if I get it, how will that shift my day? Let's hold our own intention. We'll chant Om just once to bless our class and to bless each other's intentions. Take a nice full breath in. Om. And release the hands, open the eyes. Let's come up to stand. Have your blocks nearby. I say as I look for a block. Here it is. So you're going to bring your feet together this morning, kind of symbolizing the hugging in of opposites. So in yoga, the right side represents the masculine, the left side, the feminine. And as my teacher says, masculine, feminine are two sides of the same coin. So this hugging into the midline, it does help. It does create imbalance so that we can find balance physically in our body. Roll your shoulders back a little bit so your arms are out. Steady gaze straight ahead, eye level. Take 3 breaths. Don't mind the movement of the body if there is movement in the body. Now have your palms touching, arms straight. Inhale, open the arms from your shoulders out. And exhale in. You're going to have to use your belly muscles to create some stability as well. So just 3 times. We're going to bring the right arm up, left arm down. Now you can't see my right hand, but I'm flexing it and pressing up as if I'm touching the ceiling. And the left hand presses down equally as if you're touching the ground. And then inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's reverse it. So press up with the left arm, press down with the right. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Good. Just roll your shoulders a little bit. 3 times in one direction. 3 times in the other direction. Inhale the arms up. Clasp your hands and turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Stay here for a breath. Feet are still together. And then take the arms down. And again, inhale up, clasp your hands, turn the palms up towards the ceiling and stretch. And exhale, arms down. And last one. And come on out. We're going to continue to keep the feet together. Bring your palms to your heart. And as Ronnie said, you can modify this. Inhale the arms straight up. Your palms are touching. Exhale, bring the hands down to your chest. Turn the fingertips towards the floor. You can bend your knees here. You do not have to touch the floor. If you can, great. The key here is to really use your abdominal muscles to come up. Arms are in front of you. Take the arms up, look up, and then exhale to the heart. I'm going to do it to the side. And again, Ronnie, if you're, you know what to do. Don't, if your arms hurt when they go up, don't take them up. So take a breath in, exhale, and then inhale, arms up. You could look up. Exhale, bring the hands right to your center. Turn the palms towards the floor. Touch the floor. Inhale, come forward. And exhale to the heart. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, come back to the heart. Fingertips down. Inhale, come forward. And exhale to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Fingertips down, touch. Really engage your abdominal muscles. Come up and exhale to the heart. Now this is going to feel good. Open your feet a little wider and just kind of shift your weight side to side. Move the hips. You can shake the shoulders out a little bit. Grab your block or blocks. This was similar to what we did on Tuesday night. Feet wide or what's comfortable. I was in a retreat over the weekend and there were yoga classes as a part of the retreat. You know, it was meditation, talking, all that. And I noticed that the feet weren't as wide. People had their feet comfortable. So your hand's going to be on the block, right? Right outside your right ankle. Pull the belly in and twist. Take the arm up. Now straighten the right leg. And you're going to stay here for a few breaths. So make sure you're in a comfortable pose. You can make it shorter, you can make it wider. If you get a sense of your right arm, you want your wrist to be above your shoulder. I used to do this pose and have the arm back because I just felt like, oh, let me open it more. It's not correct and it's not good for your shoulder. Breathe. Good. Come on up. Turn the right foot forward, turn the left foot out. Bend the knee, place the block. Now, if the hand doesn't touch the block correctly, you can put your forearm on your thigh. Sorry, I didn't mention that on the other side. So with steady, strong legs like the earth, right? Grounded, pull the belly in, twist. Take the arm straight over the shoulder and then stretch that left leg straight. You can look down towards your toes. You can look straight ahead. Good. Come on out. Turn the foot in, walk in, close your eyes and breathe. So in yoga therapeutics, it said that the legs ruled the back. So if you have tight legs or tight hips, you can have an ouchy back. So most people, it's their legs. They just need to stretch their legs. So these classic standing poses are good to open up our legs, the muscles in our legs. Go wide again. And again, wide is comfortable to you. You should have your feet parallel. Turn the right foot out 90 degrees. You're going to come back in the same position. Now, I will also say that the school I went to said the back foot should be parallel, but you know, as we get older, you might want to turn that back foot in a little bit because it helps the hips. Yeah, and you can have your forearm on your thigh. Pull the belly in, find your twist. This time the arm goes over the ear. Stay here for 3 breaths and breathe into your low belly. Come on out. Turn the foot in. You can kind of shake it out a little bit. Bring your legs together. If it's not comfortable to have your legs, keep your legs wide. Turn your left foot out 90. Make sure it's 90. Forearm on the thigh or hand on the block. See what feels better for you today. Pull that belly in. Twist. Left arm up. Rotate it in. Take it across the ear. And breathe into the right side body. Good. Come on out. Turn that foot in, walk in, close your eyes and breathe. All right, so you're going to have a choice here. We're going to go in, you can stay in triangle pose, or you can pop up into half moon pose. And you can also, if you have wall, or I have a cabinet behind me, you could do half moon pose leaning against the wall. And actually, don't worry about the wall today. I'll give you a different option. So turn your right foot out. I know I'm confusing, sorry. Bend the knee, place the block. You can have another block in hand too. Debbie doesn't need one, but Ronnie, you might. Look forward. We're going to step forward, and the first thing to do for half moon is have the front leg straight and the back leg lifted. Both hands can be on the block. Don't have enough room here. Or you can turn your foot out to the side, put your left hand on your hip, and come into regular half moon. Let's all put our both hands either on the ground or on blocks. Drop your back hip. So rather than having the toes pointing out to the side, have the toes pointed down towards the floor. And then bring that left foot down and bow forward into a standing forward bend. A little bit more comfortable is have the feet wider than the hips. And breathe. Good. Come on up. Come back to the center of your mat. Take a breath. So I've got 2 blocks in each hand, and like I said, you can stay with both hands on the blocks, or you can take one hand away, but I'll start with both hands, both blocks in both hands. So turn the left leg out, plant the block, look forward, and you're going to step forward and just do a one-legged forward bend. Now turn the leg out to the side. You can stay here or put your right hand on your hip. Back leg super lifted and strong. Begin to twist your belly to the right. And maybe that right arm up. And then both hands on the blocks again. Drop your back hip. All right, so rather than having that right hip high, drop it and bow in. Good. Place that foot down. Do a little wide-legged forward bend. And release your back. Get some blood into your shoulders and head. Come on up. Stand in the middle of the mat again. Close your eyes and breathe. Now we're going to do a wide-legged forward bend. Wide is personal to you. Although the wider you can get the legs, the more bendy you can be. And ideally, we want the crown of the head almost on the floor. So fingers are spread, crown of the head on the floor, or you just use your blocks and put your forearms on your blocks and relax the head and neck. Come on out. You're going to walk your hands to the right, turn your right foot out to the right, spin your left heel up, and we're going to come into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog with bent knees, fingers are spread, arms are strong, knees are bent, Stick your sitting bones up and back. Make sure the neck is not lifting up, the head's not lifting up or looking too far back. And then come onto your knees. You want your knees as wide as your yoga mat. Toes touch. Sit back on your heels. And make a pillow with your arms and rest. So this is not a classic child pose, a little bit more relaxed. Or you can do puppy stretch with your knees directly under your hips. Forearms folded, head in the forearms, and the chest is moving towards the ceiling. Sometimes that's a nice release for the back. We'll come out of the pose into tabletop. Cat, cow. Bring your right foot in between the hands of your blocks. Make sure your left leg is really scooched far behind you. Bow towards the floor and pull the belly back. And then keep the belly engaged as you lift up. I'm on my fingertips on the blocks. And just look forward. Take your arms out to the side. Pull the belly in, lift the chest, roll the arms out. Find a place that's comfortable. And then maybe bring the arms up and come into the full pose. Good, hands on your blocks. Runner stretch. So lengthen the right leg out. Toes up. Bow towards that leg. If you feel the stretch behind the knee, bend the knee a little bit. Good. Slide that foot behind you. Cat, cow. And then this is an interesting way to do down dog. Put your hands on your blocks. Kind of have to hold the block. Curl the toes under and press back into down dog. Again, start with your knees bent. Stick your thigh bones back, and you might find it's much more comfortable to get the heels down. Two more breaths. Come onto your knees, find your child pose. Back into tabletop. Left foot in between the hands. Hands on blocks. Back, you keep walking your back leg back. Get as upright as you can. So the spine is lengthened, the belly toned, shoulders slightly back, shoulder blades descend down your back. You can stay in this pose and not do the arm movements. Just be aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. Arms out to the side. Shoulders up and back. Gotta engage your belly on this one. You can stay here or bring the arms straight up. Good. Hands back on your block. Stretch your left leg straight and bow towards that left leg. You can move your hips side to side. Good. Draw that foot back. Cat cow. Toes touch, knees wide, sit back on your heels. Or do whatever kind of cat cow, child pose that you want. Whatever you do, get the adjustment, get your alignment so it feels good to you today. Good. If it's comfortable, sit on your heels, or you can sit on a block. And breathe. All right, so we're going to do mermaid. Mermaid is you lean onto your right hip. My right toes are kind of touching my right calf, or you can have your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. See what feels more comfortable. Left hand on the right knee. I'm actually going to use a block because I have short arms. So my hand's going to press down into the block so it gives me a lift in my spine, and then find the twist. You want just a subtle sensation. You don't want an intense stretch. Close your eyes and inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And one more. Unravel. Other side. So either the foot on the inner thigh, or you can tuck it behind you. Left hand behind you. You're pressing into the floor. I'm pressing into a block. Right hand on the left knee. Sit as tall as you can, and then find your twist. The twist is not in the chest. It starts in the waist. Then the chest follows, then the shoulders follow. The head does nothing. It just follows whatever the spine is doing. And take a breath in and out. Good. Come on out. Stretch your legs out. Wiggle the toes, circle the ankles. We're going to come onto our back. Make sure you have your strap around. Just breathe on your back. Knees can be bent or straight. Arch and flatten. Stretch the left leg out, hug the right knee in. Just relax breathing. Your left leg can be relaxed. Hug both knees in. Stretch the right leg out. And breathe. Hug both knees in. The knees are wide. Toes touch. Good. Place the feet down. Roll your shoulders underneath a little bit. Make sure you have a curve in your neck. Feet are parallel. So we're going to do bridge pose. And my recommendation is actually just to do a restorative bridge so you can put a block underneath your low back. So arch your back, lift your hips, just hang out here in regular bridge for a while, for a moment. And then the block goes underneath your sacrum, 1 or 2, and you can have it flat or high. And breathe. Notice the weight on your feet. Even though you're in a supported bridge, you want the weight equal on your feet. So usually means we have to put a little bit more weight on the inside edge of our foot. If we can get the balance of the rotation of the legs, so we're not in outer rotation, which most of us are, but inner rotate, a little bit more inner rotation, so it's balanced. It actually helps the hips. Stay here for 5 breaths. If you want to do supported shoulder stand, you can. 5 breaths. It may be more than 5 breaths. Good. Feet down. Hips up. Block down. Block down. Butt down. And breathe. Arms out a little bit to your side. Feet a little wider than your hips. And just kind of gently drop the knees to one side. Your head can stay steady still, or you can turn your head and look in the opposite direction. So you just want to do mindful movements, not too strong, not too soft. Good. Come back to center. Grab your belt, put it around your right arch. So with the left knee bent and the leg, you can do an inner rotation of the leg, outer rotation, so you become aware of what's balanced rotation. Hold the strap in both hands as close to the foot as is, that's comfortable. And then take the leg closer to your chest. So it may not, it's going to look like you. So if you have tight legs, the leg might have to be lowered as opposed to raised. All that matters is that you have the right alignment in the legs and hips. And you're going to what feels like just before your edge. Now, what you're going to lengthen your left leg out which actually makes it a little harder to bring the top leg towards your chest. So you can lower the leg if you need to. Breathe down into your hips and legs and low belly. I saw a funny cartoon on Facebook today, and it reminds me because my cat is sitting next to me and I'm going to bang him once I take my leg to the side. It said what to do on Zoom calls, and there was a cat taped to the wall. Hold the straps as close as you can to your right foot, a little outer rotation of the leg. Take the leg over to the right. And breathe. Again, you do not want to stretch in the back of the knee. Calf is fine, inner thigh is fine. Keep the left hip rounded. Bring the leg back up. Hold the strap, one in each hand, and just bend the knee as if you're doing half of a happy baby. So the foot is active. The ankle's over the knee. This is a nice hip opener for the hip. Good. Now release the strap, lower the leg. Close your eyes. Get your shoulders in line with your hips again. Take some breaths in and out and feel the difference between the two legs. So even though the beginning of our practice was all about our legs, even just doing these simple stretches with the belt, you can see how it opens the leg even more. So bend your right knee, place the strap over your left arch. And we begin by a stretch. Again, you can do it an inner rotation of the leg, an outer rotation of the leg. Find the balance. This leg might feel like it's from a different person. Usually we've got dominant sides and less dominant sides, flexible sides, less flexible sides. So you just want to be an observer. The leg comes close to you, and that's relative to you. Extend your left leg on the floor. It is active as opposed to that other stretch we did. You may have to lower the left leg some. So the right leg is along the floor, left leg still straight. Close your eyes. Breathe into your whole low belly. Let the leg open on its own. Bring the straps into your left hand. You're going to hold the strap as close to the foot so that your arm is straight. Again, the leg can be lower, depends on how open you are. And then just take the leg over to the left. There's a slight outer rotation. The right hip stays down. Then you focus on the flow of your breath. Bring your leg back up And you're gonna hold the strap in your left hand as close to the foot as you can. And you come into a half of a happy baby. We don't want the ankle down, you want it over your knee. It's actually protects your knee. So this is a nice hip opener, thigh opener. Deep breaths. And then release the strap. Let the left leg meet the right. Take some breaths in and out. Your legs should feel like very relaxed and weighted. Just a last little stretch, bend your knees. Drop your right knee towards your left ankle and put your left ankle on top of the right knee. If you want, you can take the right arm behind you. Sometimes this bothers my shoulder, so listen to your body. Notice what you feel, where you feel it without judgment. Bring the right arm to your side, bring the legs back to center, arch and flatten. Feet wide, drop the left knee towards the right ankle. Put the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Maybe the left arm over. Arch your low back a little bit. Notice if this stretch is the same or different. And accept it all, just breathe in. And come on out. Arch and flatten, stretch the legs. If there's another pose you'd like to do or stretch, do that. And then we're going to make our way into relaxation pose. Shavasana. Let's take a big breath in and hold the breath for a moment. And then a slow, relaxing breath out. Two more times. Full breath in. Slow, relaxing breath out. And last one, full breath in. And slow, relaxing breath out. Breathe into your ankles, feet, and toes. And on the exhale, relax your ankles, feet, and toes. Breathe into your upper thighs, your knees, and your lower legs. And on the exhale, relax your calves, calf muscles and shins, your knees, and the big muscles of your thighs. Breathe into the hips, the right hip, left hip, and the pelvis. Did a lot with your legs. And on the exhale, completely relax your low belly, low back, and buttocks. Breathe into your rib cage. Expand your ribs. And on the exhale, soften the low back, middle back, and upper back. Breathe into your shoulders. Right shoulder, left shoulder. Breathe into the neck. And on the exhale, the upper back releases, and there's a nice calming energy flowing into your arms, elbows, wrists, hands, and fingers. Breathe into the neck, throat, and head. And on the exhale, relax your throat muscles, your neck muscles. Relax your upper back muscles again. And then just gentle breaths as you relax your jaw. You let go of any tension inside the mouth. Let go of all tension around your eyes so your eyes sink deeper into your eye sockets. Relax your temples, your cheeks, and soften the skin on the forehead. And just drop into that part of yourself that holds stillness like a calm body of water. Just rest there for 90 seconds. Keeping the body and the mind still. Breathe into your ankles, feet, and toes. You can wiggle your toes. Breathe into your hands and fingers. You can move your hands and fingers. And then take an amazing breath into the whole body, bringing into the body an energy, a feeling that you want to move throughout your day with. Stretch as you wish. Take your time. You're going to roll to the right and slowly come back up to sit. So when Iyengar says the body is the bow, the mind is the arrow, and the target is the soul, right? Soul is not masculine or feminine. It just is. And when you're in that place and I'm in that place of kind of calm, peace, love, freedom, all that, we're in the same place. So let's join our palms together. Let your heart and chest lift, let the head gently bow. Taking this moment to honor our practice this morning. Send lots of love to your family, friends, neighbors. And if there's someone that needs an extra bit of love or compassion, send your heart energy to that person's heart energy. Know that your practice does create peace in your community, in your family, in the world. And may we have peace in this world. From my heart to your heart, thank you for coming and allowing me to be your yoga guide. Interesting conversation, you guys. Namaste.
Thank you, Deb. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Thanks, Debbie.
You're welcome. Have a great day, you guys.
You too. Thanks again. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.